Howdy, so I got to play a little bit of Relooted. This is a new game that just came out. The game is rooted in African culture, so the idea is you're playing this character who goes and robs places of these ancient artifacts and are essentially bringing them back to this character to be like displayed at a museum or given back to the community essentially. All these artifacts are taken by these high-priced people and organizations, and you develop this core group of thieves to go out and claim that stuff back, bring back the culture. And the way you do that is you case... So the way to do that, you case out locations. You see locations ahead of time. It is a 2D side-scroller setup, and you can scout all the locations in advance and see what are the different paths you can take to grab the items you need and go. At the beginning, you start off by stealing one item, and then the further you get along the game, it'll start increasing to another item up to 3 items. And the further you get into it, the more complicated the maps get. And so not only do you have to steal the artifacts, but then you have to escape. And that's where the second part comes into play. So this whole game is about you kind of pre-strategizing in your head exactly what route you're going to take. Sometimes you come across locked gates that you might have to open. Sometimes gates that are open will close once the security goes off. You have to run away from security drone. Sometimes there's like little vents you can go through. Sometimes you pull tables or chairs to help get you to higher places or keep a door open as you slide through. So there's a lot of that goes into this. So the game gives you tools you can use. There's a little robot that you can pre-viz all the map ahead of time, get ideas of where the escape routes are, how to enter, how to exit. And then over time, you get members of this team, and each member of the team kind of provides an extra little resource for you. One character can open the door forcefully with the arm because they have a robotic arm, so they can kind of punch a door open or punch a grate open. Another character can crawl through vents and have a little grappling hook that can like take you to places. And as you're scouring these maps, sometimes you have multiple options. So it's like, oh, do I want this person to help me in this room or this other room instead? Do I want this person on the roof or on the ground? How am I gonna get there? Do I want to try to enter the place from the roof or enter it from the first floor? How do I get out? Do I want to get out on the top floor? Get out beneath? Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many different options in terms of how you want to get through it. But once you go, you are moving quickly. The main character you play is running. You're a running sort of thief. So once you get going, you're just going as quick as you can and moving as fast as you can. And you have to plan out which artifacts you want to take in which particular order. And then once you get all that, then your goal is to escape and get into the van. Once you get to the van with all the artifacts, you're good to go. Now, sometimes with the missions, you only have to collect specific ones, and then other ones might be an extra little bonus. But once you get to the van, it'll kind of light up green to let you know, hey, you're good and clear, or it might pop up red if you collect one artifact, but you need to collect another one to finish the mission. And then at the end of every mission, you get a ranking and points in terms of like how well you did, in terms of time and items that you grabbed. Now, before each mission, you do have like a little meetup with your team. And in the meetup, the team, you learn about what the artifacts are, and you can even delve further if you like and to learn about their history. It feels like a lot of the items in this game are based on actual artifacts that exist in the world, and that this is actual background information that they're giving you just to educate you a little bit more. You can learn a lot about these African artifacts just by delving further into these conversations of what the artifact is about. You can also ask about what is the location, where is it stored at, and then what's the security like, what do I have to deal with? So there's a lot of pre-questions you can ask. You don't have to ask any of these questions, that's kind of up for you to decide. And then from there, then you delve into the mission. Now, every once in a while, you might get a new technique of sorts, or you might get across a new challenge that you have to face. And one of the characters will take you through and be like, hey, I'm gonna create a virtual example to show you how this works or what you need to do. And that pops up every couple missions or so. Now, when you start off the game, you kind of start off with like a practice area, and then you eventually get a little hub facility. And that's where you start accumulating characters, and they have a bunch of different rooms. One, you can look at the artifacts. One's the main mission room. One is where you do the training. And it's multiple floors, and there's usually 2 rooms per floor. The game will show you where you can have side conversations. It'll give you an indicator, hey, you can go talk to the character in this room to get a little extra story. And when you talk to the characters, you get several options to delve further or just continue the story. Similar, oddly enough, to like a Mass Effect of sorts, where you can investigate further, or depending how you answer a question, it might change a little bit of how the character reacts. So you have those options there, but you don't have to do it. You can just go quickly from one mission to the next if you want to. There's also a little town that exists outside the main hub. They can go visit, and there's all these different characters that exist outside this little town. So, from the gameplay shown in this video, you'll get a rough idea of what this game kind of looks like. It might hit you right away, it might not. This is gonna be kind of depends on the person, whether you're gonna really enjoy this game or not vibe with it at all. It's something unique and different. I don't know if it's a game that I'm necessarily gonna go back and try to finish. It's not a game that I play too often, but maybe periodically visit once in a while. You know, take some time away from it, maybe clear my head, and I'll be able to come up with a way to get through the next mission. And you can do a little bit at a time to kind of work your way through the experience.